Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Victoria 2, playing as Haiti. We are kind of just playing through the game a little bit. We're kind of going pretty fast here. Not really much we can do militarily, not much we can do. Really just kind of play through the best we can and just see where we end up. We've actually dropped down a lot in ranking overall, unfortunately, so not looking too good as far as... I was hoping to be like at least better than we were when we started, but... not really looking like we're going to get that direction. In San Felipe, where the protagonist of a romantic play, then... okay, if San Felipe were the protagonist of a romantic play, then dark clouds heralding storms, strife, and conflict would be hanging low on the horizon. The conflict between North Andean locals and the Haitian minority in San Felipe is heating up, and a distressing message has been sent to the government in Port-au-Prince, pleading for an intervention from the central government. Our options are to either conduct a crackdown on organized North Indian groups in the province or bide our time and hope that the situation resolves itself. No, I'm not going to lose population. We can't really afford to lose population. Guess we'll gain some consciousness. Unfortunately. Oh, we are losing a lot of money all of a sudden. Not sure if it's going to bounce back or not. This furniture factory is suddenly just not profitable. Okay, there it goes. It's coming back a little bit. It's dipping down, up and down a lot, though. We're trending down for sure. It's not great. We may have to bump the taxes back up a little bit. Although I'm sure that's going to make our clerks unhappy. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we're supposed to get close to 100 clerks at the end of the last episode. We're starting to drop again. Well, our factory's about to be fully employed, though. We're at 96 point something percent, 96.8%. So we're getting there at least on the factories overall. Do have this furniture factory as a priority at the moment. Alright, there's some research points, so, you know, it's a little bit more research we can get. Max national focus. Does not really help us, though, because I think a lot of this is also based on number of people as well, so it really doesn't help us that much. Prestige gain, plus 5%. Some more industry stuff, probably. Supply limit. Factory throughput and stuff like that might be helpful. I can also jump down to some of these other military things, but I don't know if there's any point at the moment since we're not actually using our military for anything. Anything in commerce? Sure, we'll take scientific management. Why not? Some more factory throughput tech. Actually, it's going to go pretty fast. First Farmers Bank. It's a public secret that the First Farmers Bank of Maracaibo is a part of the North Indian resistance. Opposition to our rule into Afro-Antillean settlement in the province is staunch within the institution, and the bank has even gone so far as to bidding out land to prevent it from being bought by non-North Indian. There has been talk in the local government circles of pushing for a nationalization of the bank, but fear of a fierce reaction has caused them to raise the issue with the national government. How should we do this? How should we react to this? All farmers get some stuff. Oh, all farmers pay something. Okay, and they gain some militancy. Okay. Shut it down, but allow farmers to keep their money. A sleeping dog a lie. Well, that's not that much money, so I don't think I want to do that one. We'll shut it down. Just let them keep their money. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. We'll gain a little bit of militancy, but probably not too much. So increase the prestige there. Not much, but it's something, I suppose. Police parade. I think we'll gain the prestige. Every little bit of prestige helps. Helps put our position in a better spot on the market and things like that. We're very much losing a lot of money right now. Clerks is not going up like really at all. Some more factory output. Guess we'll keep going down these routes. Maybe that'll help us overall with more money. Man, we're dropping down fast. So fast. I think we're going to have to just raise the taxes again. Let's go and drop that down. I don't know if that's making that much difference. I guess we'll drop this down a little bit as well. We jumped it up a little bit a while back, but we're losing so much money. Goodness. Is it the factories? Wait, which of our factories is not? I mean, they're fluctuating. What is it costing us so much? It's just the industrial subsidies, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely the subsidies. We're almost capped out on, number of employees at the moment. If we turn off subsidies, they're just not going to be able to pay anybody. Kind of hoping it'll turn around, but it's not looking good. No, we're just getting decimated. I mean, if we turn off subsidies anywhere, it's probably going to be the lumber over here. Keep the furniture factory open at least. I mean, it started making us a little bit of money, but man, just not subsidizing. It's not able to sustain itself at all. Because we're not able to get enough timber, even though we do actually produce timber. Right? We do produce timber. We produce 62.4 each day. Most of it is sold domestically. Demands 46 each day. I don't know why we're not getting enough stuff. Oh, because this one demands 68. This demands 46. We're only producing like 60 something. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, with both of these, the fact that this one requires timber as well as the lumber that we're making is really what's hurting us, I think. So, yeah. Is there another option for a factory that would have liked something different, maybe? Paper mill requires the same stuff. I mean, it's not going to be any better. Another lumber mill would not make a difference at all. I don't think any of these other ones really help us out that much. Canned food, ammunition. I mean, canned food requires what cows, but a bunch of other stuff as well that we're not making. Ammunition, explosives, none of these really help us out in any way whatsoever. Not with the stuff that we have to bring in. And we could bump up to like luxury furniture, but... What is that? I don't know what that is. Do I see that symbol here somewhere? Oh, I think it's tropical wood. Okay. Tropical wood, which, there is some around, but not in our area. Like, there's some tropical wood over here somewhere, isn't there? That's rubber. Thought there was, but maybe not. Okay. Well, sometimes there is. I think if you, I think some of these are random. I think sometimes you can see tropical wood in some of these places. Apparently not at the moment, though. Alright, fair enough. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to resubsidize this for a bit? I don't know. I'm just going to resubsidize it for now. I'm hoping it'll turn itself around. Alright, research. Might as well keep going down all these and getting as many of these as we can. Maybe it'll help us make us more profitable. Oh, that's not really helping our raw, like, timber input. Which is really what we need to kind of get boosted up. And that does not come from a factory, so that's not going to help so much. Sure. 125 clerks at the moment. We're actually fully employed overall, so we're basically replacing some of our craftsmen at the moment. Does mean we might be able to afford either creating another factory or upgrading one of the ones we have. Although until we can get some more output from our lumber, so what's the best way to do that? We've only got one spot making it anyway, though, so it's not really like it's going to be producing that much stuff. Aristocrats does increase it. RGO, output efficiency, infrastructure, throughput. RGO throughput efficiency and RGO output efficiency both kind of help out overall. Base times throughput times output. Base is 88. And throughput is... Oh, throughput's only 21%. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Interesting. Huh. Got a lot of laborers. Yeah, see what I can do with technologies that will help some of that. I think we had in one more province that was doing wood, or timber, I should say. It would make a pretty significant difference. There's factory output, farming output. You know, that might make some more money elsewhere. Like, what is this one? What does this stuff have down here? This is all just cattle. If we had gotten Uruguay, so would not have made that much difference in that regard. Okay, so what are our options for factory input efficiency, admin efficiency? It's possible some of the factory input efficiency would help as well, because I'm assuming that means it requires less input. RG output efficiency tech. Alright, let's try that one. More RGO output. So like I said, we're at, actually we got 92 that time. Not sure what changed, but I like a little bit extra. North Indian poet. Avastawaki, sons of slumber, the morning calls you forth. North Indian poet, disturbed by the lack of North Indian national consciousness, has published a hymn to his native country that is quickly developing to a symbol of the national resistance against our rule in Barquisimeto. We could get rid of the poet, but doing so entails the risk of being discovered. How should we act? I'll leave it be. I'm not going to kill the guy. Come on now. More factory output. North Indian uprising. We fight them here. Disperse them. Just one province or everybody against militancy. I don't know. I don't want to lose population. Trying to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, leave them be. Man, those poets are very busy. Maybe it's the same one. So we do have some unemployment right now. Just because of you know, just not having, you know, factories at the moment. Could build a factory up here, I suppose, but I mean, what kind of factory would we build? I don't know what would be profitable. Yeah, one's not profitable at all. Small arms. I mean, technically would be profitable. Paper factory does look profitable, but it takes up even more of our timber, or lumber, I should say. Explosives. Canned food. I mean, it does take up some of our beef that we're making, but I don't think it's much. Dye factory, huh? Liquor. Goes to another lumber mill, but I don't think that's really that helpful. Cement factory, we haven't done any of those. I mean, it's something. We'd have to buy everything, but it could be a little profitable. If I built this anywhere, though, I'd want to build it in... Why can't I not build it in my... over here? Oh, maybe... Oh, okay, I can. I just wasn't looking at it right. Just like a glass factory. Glass factory could be very profitable. We still have to buy everything. Requires the same input as cement, but like barely more of it. But I think the overall profit is quite a bit higher. You know what? Let's try it. It might be silly, but I'm going to try it. Factory input efficiency. Underground printing press. We, the People's Committee for Free Haiti, therefore present the following simple demands to the government in Port-au-Prince. An end to one-party state. Let it operate. Sure, whatever. And honestly, it's funny to say harassment is it's an improvement, but it technically is. Any of these that people really want? Not really much of the population wants any of these reforms at the moment. Almost 2% of the population there. Well, more than 2% wants trinket healthcare. Almost 4% wants basic school system. Does increase immigrants and education efficiency, so that's a thing. The upper house would vote yes. Why not? Let's do that. Do something. Okay. Autonomous investors business, time studies. More factory output. Still encouraging clerks. Barely over 100 though. It's got 300 days, almost a full year on that glass factory before we see even any hope of profitability out of it. We don't have a ton of grassmen. In fact, they're actually dying out, but maybe it'll turn into something. Might have been better to put it back up here in Haitian Zulu as well, just because we have more craftsmen there at the moment, and the infrastructure overall is just better. But we have some capitalists here, so, you know, that's a thing. Besides, I just wanted to spread the love a little bit. More factory input. Efficiency. So that's 227 each day. Wow. Sure demands a lot. Let's conduct a real investigation. 80 days. Wow, we're losing clerks like crazy now. We'll see what this glass factory looks like. Man, I don't know if we need to lower taxes again, though, to get these clerks to come back. More RGO output efficiency. Does that really make that much difference here? Well, we're over 100 now. Maybe. Squalid slum. The reeking, putrid stench swelling out of the old house smells like mold and rotting timber. There isn't a soul about save an old drunkard who scurries out through a back door at the first hint of light shining in through a soot-covered window. Call for parliamentary investigation. Sure, call for an investigation. Why not? What do we want to do here? We want to So need this stuff help us? I mean, steel production is really not helpful at the moment. Keep going down the max rail system. This technically would help, so why not? Alright, so our glass factory is done. Let's see whether or not it could actually ever be profitable. Probably not. It's probably going to cost us too much money. We gained some guys there. Still can't believe we're losing craftsmen. It's crazy. Oh, wow. We got some oil. Well, that could make a big difference. That could be helpful. I mean, it's not selling for a ton right now, but I'm sure in time it will. Oh, we're just bleeding money now, though. Yeah, this glass factory is just not profitable at all. Having to buy all the coal is just not nice. And the fact that we're losing clergy up here, or clerks up here, is not helping that one either. I don't think there's anything we can do, though. We can't drop taxes anymore. Wish this oil would actually be worth something. Is there a factory we could build that's oil related? Like a fuel refinery, maybe? Could be a decent one to build, you know, over here. I think it's the only one we got access to. We'll see. I mean, we obviously don't have enough money to build it now, but something to look into. Bunch of wars going on. Alright, we're going to put a cut in here. When we come back, we'll see if we can keep our budget afloat. Maybe build us a fuel refinery at some point to get some of that oil out of Maracaibo. I don't know. We'll see. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.